Hey, what's up you guys? Thanks so much for coming back and watching another video. So today I'm going to be talking about that one time that I met Harry Styles. So in my last video, Boyfriend as my voiceover, you heard him talk a little bit about that time. So I decided to make a get ready with me slash story time. So that's what this is. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to do all the blah blahs and the blue blues and the this and that's and you know what everybody says, so just do it because I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, where do I begin? Okay, so let's start with the very first day I laid eyes on One Direction back in 2010. I was on Tumblr and just looking around, saw these very attractive guys in these like kind of professional photo shoots, and they just like kept popping up everywhere. Like, who are you? You know, hashtag, one hashtag later, One Direction, there we go. That's all I needed. So I started following them. And this was after the X Factor, but before What Makes You Beautiful came out. So they were, you know, doing like a lot of like photo shoots and publicity to get their name out there. And then, so then, blah, 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 whatever. They're amazing. They're hot. Who are you? I want to find out. No one knows about them. Like, I was living in LA at the time, so they were big in Europe, but they were like just barely starting to get big in the US. So I was trying to find out more about them. And then What Makes You Beautiful came out. And oh, What Makes You Beautiful changed everything. So I showed What Makes You Beautiful to my best friend, Katie, and we watched it together, and from that moment on, we were obsessed and hooked. So then, obviously, they went on tour, and thanks to Tumblr, once again, I was watching all of those interview videos, and I had to watch most of them at least 5 times so that I could pay special attention to each one. Hashtag fangirl. You know, give them each their own proper attention that they deserve, because I can't have favorites. I'm like a mother, even though I do have, you know, whatever. You know what? He's only my favorite because I met him. Anyways, so they're on tour. So I graduated from high school. So found out about them in 2010. Graduated from high school in 2012, which is when I moved to Florida, and they were on tour, and then I saw them on tour, but this was like a last minute shenanigans thing because I just like, I don't know, it didn't like cross my mind to me that I could get tickets to see them. I was just fantasizing about seeing them this whole time, like online. And so I begged my dad to get me nosebleed seats because that was all that was left. But at that time, nosebleed seats were not even that bad because they were playing for stadiums for, oh wow, they will be playing for stadiums, but not at this point in time. They were just playing for little concert halls, whatever you want to call it. And so around this time, so anybody that was watching these videos, you might have seen this one that was going around of this girl in England. It was like one of the first ones that they did. And she was front row. And let me tell you, when you're front row at a One Direction concert on their first tour, that means there's no barricades. So this girl, God, this video is like hectic. I'm gonna like tag it somewhere in this video so you can all watch it if it's still up. I haven't seen it in a while. Anyways, this girl's literally front row. The stage is coming up to her right here. The boys are right there. She's filming it. Harry Styles is singing to her. She's shaking. Ah! And then I'm going and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have the same experience. I'm gonna get to lock eyes with them. And of course I was sitting in the nosebleeds, so that didn't happen, but I still had a great time. Then, so that was 2012. Fast forward to 3 years later, 2013, when I moved back to LA. And then I road trip back with Katie, shout out Katie, yes, girl, always there. I moved back to LA and I was looking for a job. So I was sitting around, I was sitting in the house and I was looking for jobs, applying like everywhere. And there was like this one that came up, and I'm like, oh, can apply to this blah 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 market. And then Katie or Connie, which is Connie's Katie's sister, she was like, what market? She was like, did you just say blah 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 market? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, my friend works there. She sees Harry Styles go in there all the time. And so I applied. And then I got the job. Fast forward to 8 months later, I saw Harry Styles. He came in with his mom on a day that I had looked like I rolled out of bed. And as any fangirl knows, when you imagine the day that you will accidentally bump into Harry Styles or any of them, you're always imagining yourself like looking your best. Like you just left the salon or wherever, or you just like left a photo shoot if you do that, and you're ready to see them. I was not ready to see Harry Styles. I wanted to like just like run away as soon as I saw them come in, and as soon as I realized what I looked like, which was like a mess. I look like how you look like in the middle of the school year. So for me, I look cute for like the first week of the school year, and then it kind of just like get worse and worse and worse as the school year progresses, because I'm not getting up early to get this ready. Anyways, so he comes in and I'm like doodling on some paper because this is a really small store. I'm the only cashier there. So, you know, I've been saying hello to everybody as they walk in all morning long, and then it's just the kind of routine, like, hey, how's it going? How's your morning going? Good morning, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just like, hey, how's it going? And I look up and I see that it's him. And I just, like, black out. Not really, but basically I did. So he comes in with his mom, and they're just shopping around for about 30-40 minutes. During these 30-40 minutes, I have to continue my job as normally as possible, trying to act like Harry Styles isn't 2 feet away from me, buying gummy bears. I was having a mental breakdown, especially because there was like no one around me, you know. And then my boss, who was like a 60-year-old man who like owned the shop, and I was just like, oh God. He didn't even know who he was. You know, we got a lot of celebrities. Like I'm acting like I still work there. We got a lot of celebrities that would come into that store. So he would know most of them. You know, he'd be like, oh, that's blah blah blah, whatever. He would even like mention some to me, and he didn't know who Harry Styles was. So I'm there to freak out by myself this whole time. 40 minutes later, they come up to the register. I'm like, oh, hey, are you ready? Definitely didn't say it like that. I was just like, hey, are you ready? I don't know, whatever. I can't act. And then he brings this big old heavy basket of items in one arm because he's strong. And he works out. If you've seen that video, that picture of him when he's like tan with the green baseball cap backwards and the white shorts when he's like walking that dog that's not his, you know what I'm talking about. That was around that time. So anyways, he pulls up and he's like, yes ma'am, with those eyes that I've stared at for so long in so many photos, and now it's in front of me and I look like a potato. Whew. So for the next 15 minutes, because they bought like a crap ton of groceries, I was basically just talking to his mom, because I don't know, that's like my go-to. I talk to parents when I get nervous because I don't know, parents are easier to talk to than people my age, I guess. This was around the time that David Bowie died. So this was around the time that David Bowie died, so we had a picture of, okay. This was around the time that David Bowie died, so we had a newspaper up about it, and like Harry took a picture of it, and he was just on his phone, and I was staring at him as I was talking to Anne and my future mother-in-law, but also never gonna happen in this situation. This was like around the time that he was like getting, I don't know, people were like talking about that he was with Kendall. It was like really breaking my heart because I'm like, what? I thought, like why can't you just be gay so I know, so I don't have to worry anymore. Anyways, so then they left. And as they were leaving, you know, here he is carrying these 2 big heavy bags of groceries. on each hand. They don't even have handles, okay? He just has to carry them like this. And I'm like, oh, do you need help? And he's like, no, I think I got it, thanks. And it's really not that exciting when I say it back, but in the moment, I felt like my life had come full circle. So, it's just incredible. And then I don't know. And then I quit the next week because I was only there to see Harry Styles. Oh God. Okay guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you watching this whole video, and I really hope you appreciated my story time. I'm going to be doing another one real quick, so be sure to tune in a few days for another video. And I think that's it. So I hope to talk to you soon and see you soon, and let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm sure I asked lots of questions, so be sure to leave your answers, and don't forget to subscribe and like, thumbs up, whatever. Do your thing. Follow me on Instagram because that's where I live. I would live on Snapchat, but they just like messed it up. Rip. Oh well, hopefully they fix it. For now, follow me on Instagram. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.